Let's bring you this story now. The Global Entrepreneurship Congress kicks off next week in Cape Town, hot on the heels of the African Energy Indaba. Now, many small and medium enterprises, which are the backbone of the South African economy, say load shedding is impacting their ability to grow. Newzroom Afrika's Ntokozo Khumalo caught up with mining and jewellery manufacturer company 777 Holdings CEO Daniel Ntsiyane.
For the last few years, it has been a devastating time for us, especially when it comes to the energy crisis. You know, we are in a manufacturing business, mining and manufacturing, as you can see here. Obviously, when you have a load shedding, the power cuts, we get very much distracted. Having to have so much pressure in terms of putting together the workload that we have, because sometimes we have clients, not only local clients, but international clients. This has affected us deeply. And remember, we are small SMEs, having to set up all this manufacturing cost-effective. We have to pay back the loans, or we have to pay back the investments. We cannot reach that target. And having to have such a challenge in terms of investment coming through, it has been a lot difficult than we have even expected.
Talk us through what are some of the challenges that you face when it comes to being able to contribute to those regions, economic growth, job creation. What are some of the challenges that you find specifically there when it comes to attracting the right investments to be able to deal with those headwinds?
Look, let me tell you something. I'm in a field, I'm on the ground, I make myself dirty because we work with people. Northern Cape is a very rich area. However, the inhabitants of the place, they live in misery and in poverty. And due to many reasons, we have local people that have got permits, like small-scale miners, because I'm a small-scale miner, as a contractor and also a beneficiator, and also bring a market to them as well. Because these people, they cannot access funding, because they are small SMEs, small contractors, or collaboration of 10 or 20 elderly with some youth. So they didn't have a proper structure for their business. They cannot get access funding. They will have a permits, but they cannot go and be able to extract those minerals in the ground. This is where we come in. We collaborate with them, and then we have done in Douglas, in Longlands, and just to name the few areas which we have collaborated with them. And I can tell you one thing, Ntokozo, that there is a lot of poverty there. People are hungry, and they are sitting on the minerals. So what do? We then take unskilled laborers, send them to school. Perhaps we have students that were, having matriculated. Some of them didn't do anything because there's a lot of population that happened in Northern Cape. And unfortunately for us, we have witnessed that most of these youth, they indulge themselves in alcohol abuse, early pregnancy. Why? Because there's no job creation. So we came in there to have a sustainability. We have a factory that's setting up in Kimberley where we're going to employ graduates and unskilled, make them to be designers, crafters, polishers, because these people, they can be able to give back to the community.
How does that then affect your own investment strategy?
Well, it does big time, because remember, you have to compromise some of the operations that you must do in considering that there's people you work with. I can give you just a slight example. We had a mine that was operational in Warrington. Due to the intense of the investment that needed to be done there, we had to stop that operation, because prior to that, there was a lot of things that needed to be fixed in the community. You know, these communities, they don't have proper community halls. Schools are really improper. Others, find children walking distance to go to schools. Some of these children don't even have shoes to go to school. So those are things we call social labor plan. We then put social labor plan, but we don't have enough budget for these things. We then take from ours and try to mitigate the problem. But then if we do that, then the project itself will stand. So what is actually needed here? We need a substantial funding where we can be able to make sure that this operation are going to start happening and continuously. Not start a project and stop because of cash flow problem. Look, the country's got money. There was money in Indaba now recently, and amounts of money were announced that it's going to go to small SMEs. I mean, we put applications, we do whatever need to be done. However, does the government recognize us? We don't know.